She's the author of a book called Cheat Eat. Her recipes won't pack on the pounds because it teaches how to replace some of the ingredients in your favorite comfort foods. Alexis is here to share her recipe for pumpkin bread. Welcome.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Yeah, I love pumpkin bread. I don't know how you exactly make that healthy. Tell me your methodology in this.
Well, my big thing is to avoid toxins and to avoid things that either you have a food allergy with or you just don't do well. So there's many different ways to substitute healthier. And so to me, pumpkin, it has your beta carotene in there. It's got vegetable, right? So it's good. And then you can substitute some different things like making a flour healthier. I add almond butter in there. There's also almond flour, so you're using less gluten. There is no egg in here, so if you have an egg allergy, you would be able to use this recipe. So there's different parts, a lot of the book that, it's basically because I wanted to be able to eat when I was modeling. And so I found, okay, how can I go around this? How can I make things better? So I just found ways in my mind, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to find, and there's many different ways to alternate or substitute healthier ingredients on any recipe. So I kind of take you through that in the book. So I can take any recipe. I always alter, never follow a recipe. I'm always, I don't have that, so I'm going to try that.
Wow, so substitution, that's the name of the game, but
Yes.
we don't lose our taste and all the flavors along the way.
Correct. Yeah, we'll find that out later.
Okay.
Right?
All right, so what do you have here for us now?
All right, so this recipe, and I think we have it up. Do we have it to give to everybody? We start with 1 cup of almond flour.
Okay.
So hopefully they don't have to write this down. And then there's 1 cup of whole wheat flour. Now I brought einkorn flour. Einkorn flour is your original non-hybridized flour.
Huh.
In the flour, the flours that all of us eat now, there's 42 chromosomes. It has more gluten in it. Einkorn has 14.
Wow.
It has not been messed with by man.
Nice.
So it's more digestible. It's higher in antioxidants. It doesn't have as much fiber, but it is a better form.
Right.
If you're intolerant a little bit on gluten, you may be able to add this to your diet and be
Wow.
fine.
So not only does it help, stay slim, but it's good for people with a slightly more sensitive stomach too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Not
Perfect.
necessarily celiac, but gluten, you feel a little funny.
Yeah.
This is just, it's like a clean flour.
Nice. Okay, I like that.
So we have that, and then we have baking soda. So we have a teaspoon of baking soda. Where's my teaspoon?
All our handy dandy measurements
I
over
know.
there.
Yeah. And I don't normally measure, like
Really?
when I
Because
do
I was
my...
going to say, is baking a science? Like, do we need to
Yes.
stick to every little...
It is a science, but sometimes like I don't use salt or whatever, but in this it tastes good with certain things. So it's just, yes, it's a chemical reaction. Baking is a chemical reaction, but there's basics to it. So once you know basics, you can kind of fudge and play around with things. And I love when people say, I tried your recipe and then I did this to it and I didn't have that, so I tried this, and I'm like, oh, I love that.
There you go. Like you said, substitutions.
Yes,
You can always keep doing that.
So baking soda and baking powder is
Okay.
1 teaspoon each. I didn't bring my big thing, so I just used that. And then I have, it calls for nutmeg and cinnamon. I just brought pumpkin spice because it makes it easier. So it's 1 tablespoon, which is 3 teaspoons. 1, 2, 3. Everyone who knows me at home knows I just dump. We're doing things the right way. A little bit of salt. So I brought Himalayan sea salt. So I didn't bring iodized.
There
Yeah.
you go.
So this has got more minerals in it, so it's better for you, and it's just better for you.
Perfect. I'll let you keep mixing this up and adding things like that. We'll also put all of our details on our website. Tell me about some of the other recipes as you're making this, some other things that people can easily substitute here around the holidays.
There are a lot of things. It depends on a recipe. So let's say a recipe is a meat lasagna recipe and you don't want the beef. You can put ground turkey in there, or you can grind up vegetables and make it a vegetarian lasagna.
Right.
Or instead of the noodles, if you don't want the gluten, you could make strips of zucchini.
Wow.
So there's a lot of different things, as long as you start to get a little creative and say, oh, well, Kim says you could do this and this is fine. Like, some people want permission to play around.
And Kim has been in Sports Illustrated 6 times, so we're going to trust Kim's advice on this then, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so modest. I love it.
Well, I don't know. I just like to eat, but I work out too.
There you go. It's all about a healthy balance, and that's what we get to have here.
Yes.
Okay, while you are still doing that, the smell of these is just so good. Is it okay if I start indulging now? I'm a big cheat eater. I'm just a big eater.
Yeah,
too.
So what I did was 6 with chocolate chips and 6 without.
Okay.
But it's all the same recipe.
I'm a chocolate chip person. So I'm going to go for this. Oh my gosh.
See?
The texture and everything.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, I know.
So once we get all of our ingredients in there, this is a really quick bake, right?
Yes, it's 20 minutes at 350, and it's easy. So the only thing I left out was almond. Oh, so the other thing is it calls for maple syrup. This is monk fruit maple syrup. So it won't raise your glycemic index either. So some people are very worried about their sugars or whatever. So there are healthy sugar substitutes also.
So it starts when we're grocery shopping. We got to get the right things.
And there's also healthy fat substitutes. So this is coconut oil.
There we go.
Now you want refined if you're heating it.
Okay. All right, Kim.
There's too many things for you to think about. It's just gone right over her head.
It's all good, but I like the end product, and I like to cheat eat. So I'm thankful for you. Kim, Alexis, we appreciate you being here today.
Yes, thank you.
All right, and up next, holidays are the perfect time for gifting diamonds. We've got some tips for you. Daytime will be right back.